Good afternoon to everyone here today. My team and I are happy to present to you Pivot Analytics, a tech startup built to support micro-influencers on Twitter. With an advanced AI classifier to decipher your Twitter page, our team going in-depth with this data and providing evidence-based insights on how to make your Twitter soar, Pivot's mission is to give these smaller creators the clarity they need to truly grow. Recently, the problem we've seen in social media platforms like Twitter for newer creators attempting to grow their platform is the sometimes confusion and struggle to understand what their target audiences desire. Personally, I wanted to connect it on Twitter. However, I didn't have success growing compared to other platforms. Even with the large marketing resources, other influencers and I felt uncertain. We want to share our interests and passions with an audience, but we can't reach them. So we at Pivot are solving this painful problem so smaller creators can start to soar on their journey on Twitter.
Our ideal customer profile is a micro influencer with about 10,000 followers who's already achieved success on a different social media app, but when trying to grow on Twitter was hit with a roadblock. As you can see with Tucker, even though he has good content proven by his success on other platforms, he feels stuck and helpless. We want to make this transition smoother and let them know what their followers want to see and what content does. We've identified hundreds of thousands of these influencers and businesses that have this problem that we can sell to. For our current marketing strategy, we are doing the modern equivalent of door-to-door, DM to DM. As you can see from my Twitter DMs, we are diligent in our pursuit of customers. Because of this, we had our first 2 customers within days of launching. We want to make sure that we continue to have a personalized experience even as we scale. Our marketing team is also dedicated to our LinkedIn and Twitter. We are trying to grow our presence to gain trust from all of our potential customers. As you can see, we already have 50 followers on LinkedIn. We also use our personal connections and platforms to pitch our product to anyone and everyone we think could be interested in our product. This marketing strategy has let us stay personalized and in tune with all of our clients.
There's a common question asked: what do micro-influencers want? Currently, micro-influencers on Twitter are struggling with growing their engagement, gaining a larger audience. Another thing Twitter influencers struggle with is coming up with relevant ideas that also help them soar. So how do we solve their problems and needs? We provide our creators with Twitter growth strategies and personalized consultations that help them grow their engagement and audience. Not only do we provide our creators with advanced analytics that have in-depth data about their content, we also personally curate the advice to fit with their brand and image. With our product, we provide them with analytical yet understandable insights about their own account and audience, so they know what's working and what's not cutting it. Most analytics are complicated and difficult to understand. We make it easy for our influencers to apply our in-depth insights so they are truly useful for them. We give you the steps you need in order to soar above the rest and truly excel on Twitter.
Moving on, here are the steps involved with the customer purchase. First, we process the customer's tweets using our AI, starting, as you can see in the upper left corner. After the AI neatly organizes the data into clusters of insights, we take a moment to analyze the findings. Once that's done, we further organize the data and insights to create a personalized growth strategy for the customer. Next, and depending on whether or not the customer bought the consultation or merely the product, we give an in-person 30-minute consultation. With a personalized growth strategy and consultation, the final step is for the customer to soar in engagement. Now, with the product discussed, let me explain the integral technology involved, the AI. First, we had to make the AI work well by spending countless hours putting data into the topics manually. In fact, we ended up writing 3,000 topics in that process. Now, because of this incredible work, we were able to create an AI with ludicrous variety, a key feature in finding out what topic a tweet is. Our AI not only has ludicrous variety, but also complexity, processed through a multi-tiered system, pulling 3 topics of varying specificity from a single line of text. To process the AI, we use a system to rank best topics the customer should write about. With our comprehensive, actionable product and our remarkable AI and processing system, we truly have an admirable product worthy for any influencer in need of help. And now that we've discussed the general process our business undergoes and the tech that makes it work, let's go more in depth into the final product. Our final product is a collection of insights in image form, along with a video for explanation. Additionally, the product includes the entirety of the collected data if the customer wants to go in depth. Now, let's play a quick video showcasing our product. Because of time constraints, don't worry about the individual insights as much as the general structure. Now, as you can see, we start with an overview. Next, we move on to the customer's current situation. Then we move on to specific insights regarding the most general topics. Here, we tell the customer how well their topics perform and how often they talk about them. We do the same for increasingly specific topics. Now, we also discuss other metrics, including length and sentiment. After this, we look at the same metrics for the customer's top performing tweets, which we call virality. Lastly, we offer growth strategies based on Twitter professionals, and we finish off with the conclusion of actionable tasks.
Here we have an example of what the consultation would look like. Members of our team will have a personalized discussion with our customers regarding their infographics of their Twitter page. Pivot stands out by providing unrivaled personalization and privacy while providing data in an easy and understandable way. Our personalized analytics are leagues ahead of competition, and after interviewing multiple influencers, they have yet to mention anything close. We also provide a personal consultation service, which was mentioned before, and this consultation gives us a personal edge that competitors don't offer. Privacy is also something that truly makes Pivot Analytics stand out. In comparison with literally every other competitor we have researched, our product does not utilize the Twitter API, meaning that we never use private information, no login necessary, just hand us your handle and let the magic happen.
We at Pivot Analytics currently have two sources of revenue. Our basic Twitter analysis service that is a one-time service cost of $19.99 that provides users with high-quality infographics that outlines their current audiences, what is and isn't successful for them, and the next steps on how to make their Twitter soar. In addition to this service, we also provide customers with our in-depth Twitter consultation service that is also a one-time service cost of $29.99. This provides our users with the same high-quality infographic alongside an in-depth consultation that provides our customers with deeper advice and Twitter growth strategies to help them soar even further. As you can see from the chart here, we don't calculate human labor into our costs since our service is highly automated. We have a very high profit margin as it only costs 55 cents plus 3% to run our AI per unit sold, leaving us with a 97% profit margin. As of right now, we currently have sold 2 of our $19.99 service plans and 1 of our $29.99 service consultation, which has made us gain $66 in profit. Our overall business revenue profits are currently in an upward trend. As we are marketing Pivot more and more, we have many clients reached out to us with interest of purchasing our $29.99 consultation service. Now, you may be wondering, this is an absolutely sick product that I would love to use, but what is the future of all this? On August 2022, we launched our MVP after manually training our AI, writing over 1,000 tags for our classifier, and crafting our user-friendly website. In a month from now, on September 2022, we want to fully automate our process to make it more efficient. A month after that, on October 2022, we want to increase our lifetime value for our customers by adding a subscription model and increasing our service to tend to bigger creators over 10,000 followers. And finally, on November 2022, we want to grow our Pivot family from 6 to 10 employees. With a growing Pivot family, we want to build from personalized analytics to business analytics, so micro businesses on social media can soar as well. So here is our Pivot family. We are a group of innovative teenagers who understand that having a platform on social media, especially Twitter, gives people an unfair advantage, which is why we want to help people gain their unfair advantage on Twitter easily and efficiently. We want to make the perfect team. We make the perfect team to execute this service and bring it to the market. We all have very unique and diverse skills that complement each other and that helps our business soar.
Pivot is looking for 2 things today. Firstly, your feedback on our startup and any questions or comments you may have. And secondly, but still vital, contacts in the creator space of Twitter who are looking to grow and who could potentially benefit from the tools Pivot provides. So let's soar together with Pivot Analytics. Thank you so much.
Awesome job, guys. Can't wait to restart my Twitter account and use Pivot Analytics.
Thank you.
Cool. I'll pass it over to the judges to quickly do their Q&A as well as their feedback. Oliver or Elena, do you guys want to do rock, paper, scissors to see who starts, or just one unmute yourself? It's a race. Oh, there we go. Elena,
I feel like we have a trend now. We'll just stick with it. I'll
don't
take
break
the
something that's not.
run to
Yeah.
the beginning. And then Oliver has such a great follow-up. So I love it. I think we have a good thing going. Thank you all for the presentation. Love the black screen. It goes very much with like Web3 Twitter vibes, and it looks really great on your backgrounds. And Aiden, your podcast mic just makes you sound so compelling. I think you can just
Thank
say
you.
anything, and I would be like, yes, whatever.
I
you
appreciate it.
So yeah, I love the mic. But yeah, so I think my first question for you guys, I think this is a huge market for sure. It's definitely hard to make content. I've definitely experienced this myself. Hard to tell what's getting good engagement and manage the growth of audience. I am curious, I saw on your roadmap that you had a path for automation. Can you guys explain a little bit more? What does that automation plan look like for you all? And yeah, a bit more detail on what does increasing LTV and community mean for you?
So I'll handle the automation, other members might handle other parts of the future roadmap. But essentially, to give you a quick overview of how our process works right now, which we went through already briefly, we basically use web scraping, which basically gets all the tweets from a user. That's done automatically. The AI itself, it's a one-step process. You just click process after adding the data. That's basically done automatically. But a lot of the more manual data is because we have a process where we're using Google Sheets, where we basically have to write down like data, copy and paste things in different areas to basically go through the process of going just from the classifications to actual recommendations. Additionally, we also have to make charts that we end up in our final visualization, which is done through the data itself, but is not an automatic process yet. So in terms of our automation, it's probably going to be by the next month, our automation goal is going to be to automate the Sheets process individually. So that instead of everything being 100% automated, it's simply a couple steps of simply going to the web scraper, going to the other data, and then just copying it into Sheets. Down the line, we're also planning on we're going to use other stuff in order to actually connect the things together with Zapier, for example, which could eventually make it so that everything is 100% automated except for the personal consultation. In terms of LTV, we can have someone else talk about that if they want.
Yeah, so for our lifetime value of our product, we only sell single service items, which makes our lifetime value very low as of right now. By incorporating a subscription service, it can allow micro influencers to come back to us so we can help their Twitter grow even more and to make sure that we gain more profits off of them and they can consistently keep on growing.
Awesome.
We actually have a very sorry, I was going to say, we have a very, I'm going to be super fast, but we have a very specific plan in terms of the LTV and in terms of keeping long-term partners, because right now our product is mostly a one-time scan, but down the line, and we already have the idea in mind by using AWS tools, we're going to create a checker where after you run our initial scan, you can put in a draft tweet, and then based on that, our tool will tell you this tweet is very good and it's going to likely result in this much engagement or this much engagement. With that, we're going to have a subscription model, so that's part of how we're planning on having long-term engagement and a subscription service.
And then on your consultation, so it's $29. Is that for an hour or?
That's for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Got it. That feels low to me for somebody's time, like to have a professional service person. So I'm curious how you guys thought about pricing.
Yeah, right now, the reason why we have it at $29.99 instead of a higher price is because right now we're focusing on getting customers. And additionally, for example, our last consultation we did with one client, Hannah, we got extremely valuable feedback. And I believe that if we have a much higher price on the consultation right now, we won't be able to get enough clients to be able to make sure that it's a solid product. So right now we're having it as a low price to get a lot of customers and get feedback. And then we can rise it once we're sure that we have the consultation down to a T.
Got it. I would love, and just some feedback on your deck, I would love to see the team's social following. So you guys are the best first audience to prove out how to grow a really strong following. That'd be really cool. And I'd love to see some insights of what you all are seeing work. I have a few recommendations too of companies to check out that I think are interesting competitors or maybe good inspiration for you. I really love the idea. One is called Zealous App. What it does is it creates a feed of content, audio transcribed from Twitter Spaces. It also takes it from Discords, and then it creates just like one long feed that you can then direct your community towards and have them engage at different aspects of the content. So that way you can see what's resonating most with people within Twitter Spaces and within Discords, which announcement channels just get completely blown up. So that could be something cool to check out. I also really like this company called Copy AI, which is using OpenAI's like text generator tools, AI tools that maybe in the future could help you if you have enough of a data set around really effective tweets to figure out like certain formats and keywords that really drive conversion and engagement in Twitter.
Yeah, we actually have
Um,
done.
yeah.
We actually have researched similar things. So right now there's a similar competitor. I believe the name is Tweet Hunter, and it's basically a tool for drafting tweets using AI, similar to Copy AI, which right now runs on the GPT-3 infrastructure, again by OpenAI. So what we're planning to do is either we're going to have a similar plan in mind for an automated drafting suggestion system, similar to what you said, and a tool for providing things. Alternatively, part of what we were considering doing was working with a company such as Tweet Hunter, with them providing the automation tools for drafting tweets, while we have more of a checking system to analyze how good a specific tweet is.
And what-
Also, I
Oh,
apologize.
sorry. I just want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to ask questions. Oliver, if you want to, there's 4 minutes left of Q&A. If you want to maybe
Go for it.
hijack the situation here, just don't want you
Yeah,
to.
I
I
mean-
feel like you have some questions as well.
No, I thought the questions were very good and there's some very good feedback there. I didn't want to stop the
Sorry, I
magic.
didn't see the
Keep going if you
countdown.
want
My
to.
bad.
No, you can keep going if you like.
All you.
What is the actual advice you're giving? Are you giving them topics to tweet about? Are you giving them the structure of the tweet to do? I know you showed some feedback that you went through.
Yes, would you like me to go back? I can actually go back to the slide for you, and I could have Abdur look over and discuss more in depth in the MVP.
Yeah, it's
So
more just like,
within our
is this like
MVP
topic based or is this more structural based? Or is this
It's
who you
both
should-
actually. So we give them advice on if your tweets are too short and your best performing tweets are like maybe 15% longer. We give them character count. In terms of our topics, basically what we do is we look at which topics have performed best for them in the past, and we give them that combined with what's trending so they can figure out what will work for them the best in this moment. So obviously looking at the past and looking at the future will help you determine your present, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
to add on to that and to answer what you asked, every single graph we provide is personalized to the user. The text we provide is personalized to the user depending on whether it's, so at the very top you see an overview and meanings. Those are general data that are non-personalized. The graphs themselves are personalized, and all the suggestions and conclusion page are completely customized and personalized to the user.
Okay, and so you hand tagged a whole bunch of data, is that correct? Or did you have a data set you were working from to begin with?
Yeah, so
We hand tagged it.
Okay,
actually
and then-
we actually we use an existing database on Kaggle that has 1,000 different subreddits and the classifications associated with them. Then we took the data of the subreddit and we used a tagging system to make different tags. For example, like if a subreddit is like finance tips, for example, we could classify it as business and move it down to finance. So
Okay.
that's basically what we did.
And then you also did a sentiment analysis of all the data, or is it just purely topic?
We did
Actually, yeah.
sentiment as
So
well.
the next part right here has sentiment, and if we go after the virality, we also look at the sentiment of the virality over here.
Amazing. Given this, that you've used open access data, you've done some head tagging yourself, how do you stop a fast follower from overtaking you? Like, what's your competitive advantage?
Okay, I'll give this to Kohana actually.
You asked for our competitive advantage. So
Yeah, like how would you define it?
So we stand out from other different competitors. Here we have Tweet Hunter and Tweetbee or Tweetfi. So we, as you can see in the chart, the private information is like number one. So they use a thing called Twitter API. And so that takes private information. And we only use public information. So like what they post on Twitter. And yeah, honestly, we differ a lot because we also give personalized consultations as mentioned before, and no other competitor does that. So I feel like
So-
the people, sorry.
Sorry to cut in, but to answer your question, they basically taking the assumption that our competitors, based on all public data they have, try to do their best to copy our exact model. I think we're almost out of time, but essentially our difference is that even if they do try to build their own model, the highest topic model I've ever seen only has 21 topics, so they would have to go through scratch to do what we did with over 3,000 classifications. The multi-tiered system we made is totally in-house, and we don't share that privately, and that's actually something that hasn't been done And then additionally, the privacy issue, web scraping is something that not a lot of people have looked into, and we don't share our method of actually getting the data. So that's, again, another thing that they wouldn't be able to know just by looking at it, that they won't be able to copy us. And even if they do copy us in all those regards, we have the consultation and personalization along with automation and many long-term plans differing from what they might know right now.
Amazing. Very exciting space. Fantastic job, guys.
Good job, Pivot Analytics. You guys absolutely crushed it. I'm going to, unfortunately, have to demote you guys back to attendees because another exciting team is about to start presenting. Earnestly, feel free to turn your cameras on.
Thank you so much, guys. Just wanted to.
Yeah, we really appreciate the
Yeah,
opportunity.
thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you for
Thank
taking
you
out the
so
time.
much. Yeah.